Good morning, it's Mr. Bass, and today I have an unboxing from Omnia Fishing and from Tackle Warehouse. I decided to kind of load up on some of my Demiki rig, hover rig, mid-strolling rig, moping rig, whatever you want to call it, on some of those baits and tackle. I've been watching a lot of videos on that technique myself, and I have been fishing it some. But I decided to kind of really go all in and load up on some tackle. So I thought I'd share that with you. And that's all this is just an unboxing. So let's take a look at what we've got. All right, if you're gonna do this technique, you gotta have a spinning rod and braid to fluoro. And that's, I can't remember the last time I just went straight fluoro on any technique. Those days are over for me. And so I got 10 pound, 832, and I've got some high vis braid because the older I get, my eyes have never been great, but the older I get, the more important it is for me to be able to see my line. And I found that with the fluorocarbon leaders, a colored braid works fantastic. Okay, this is an interesting bait. Raid Japan, I've bought quite a few different lures from them, and their stuff, no matter what I've tried, I've always really liked it. But this super fish roller is a new bait for me, and I'm really intrigued by it. I got the 6.5 in this color, which is Stain Killer, 2 packs of that. And then I got a 5-inch Jewel Wakasagi. And basically I chose this color, which is really a very nice shad color that's gonna work great for me here at Beaver Lake. Because they're almost totally sold out. Trying to find colors for these things or quantities or anything is almost impossible. And then I also was able to find 1 pack of the Pearl Wakasagi 5-inch. So, Jewel and Pearl, maybe. Okay. Now we'll go to Mr. Wheeler's promoted bait. Jacob, the king of this technique, the freeloader. All right, 4 1/4 Tennessee shad, 4 1/4 gizzard shad, 3 1/2 black and blue, green pumpkin chartreuse pepper, Tennessee shad. And this gizzard shad looks almost like the Tennessee shad. There's not a lot of difference, just a slight color variation. And then sungill. That's that bluegill imitator. So that's the Mooch minnow and the freeloader. I may not have said that those are Mooch minnows. All right, next I've got the Hog Farmer Spunk Shad Pintail Swim Bait. And I've been using the spunk shad now for a long time for chatterbait trailers. It works great as a chatterbait trailer, but it's also a nice ball head minnow bait. And so if you're mid-strolling, hover rigging, whatever you want to call it, this spunk shad works quite well. This is the 4 1/2-inch, that's Ghost Minnow. Blue gizzard, electric shad. So one of the things that I have changed, I'm kind of OCD, and when I get into a technique, I go crazy. And you may look at all these baits and say, man, he's gone crazy anyway. But what I mean by how I used to go crazy is if I heard that this bait was going good, I wouldn't buy just 1 pack of this color. I would buy 10 packs of every color. As I've gotten older and wiser, now what I usually do is I just buy 1 color, 1 pack. I go out and give it a try. Then I narrow down the specific colors that I really like and I'm comfortable with, and then I'll buy more of those. Kind of logical, but you'd be amazed how many times I did not follow that strategy in the old days. All right, now Hog Farmer came out with a more recent bait that is really designed specifically for strolling. And they call it the Stroll shad. And one of the things you'll notice is this has kind of smooth sides, and it's got a narrow pintail, although the spunk shad has a pintail as well. But they say that this one rolls side to side better than the spunk shad, that it's specifically designed to do that. And of course, if you know anything about hover strolling or mid strolling, you want that bait to do this number while you're retrieving it. So that's the electric shad color. This is the ghost minnow color. This is blizzard gizzard. The other thing that's good to keep in mind, and it's well illustrated here, is you want what I call a laminated bait, or two different colored bait. Like, see, this has white on the belly, and then it's more of that clear ice on the top. There's a clear lateral line here with a division of two separate colors. And the reason you want that is that helps the fish see the bait actually moving from side to side. If you have one solid color and you're retrieving it through the water, they're not going to see any variation. So this is really kind of important to make sure that you've got the two color theme there. You can see here, this is purple on one half of it, and then it's got more of that ghost minnow color with a lot of flakes and specks in it. All right, now I'm going big right here with the 7-inch Damiki Armor Shad. Two-tone. Look at that. That's a big bait. Tennessee shad. Let's pull one of these out and look at it up close. Look at that thing. Bam! And again, two tones. You've got a darker top and a semi-translucent bottom. When that thing is doing this number, whoosh, 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 definitely easier to see. So I got a pack of those. I got a pack of PB Silver and a pack of American Shad. Now some Great Lakes Finesse 2.75 hover minnow. That color is called Iridescent. This is Crush Shad. Very small lure compared to the other ones I've been showing you, and Gizzard Shad. They also make specific heads to use with these baits. I got an 1/8 ounce here. This is color's called the OG, which is more like lead color. I got a bunch of these in white shad. This is the smaller, this is the 1/8 size. And then I got a couple of those. And then I got 1/4 ounce size. See, those are bigger. 3/16 ounce size in the white shad. And then I got one in chartreuse shad, just a little different. I'm not super crazy about a bait where they say, hey, you need to use our head too. You know, I much rather prefer a bait where I can use any lead head I want. Not to say I couldn't put any lead head. I could use any head I wanted really on this. But there are some that are very specifically made, and I got a few of those, and I'll show you more of those as well here. Speaking of baits with their own jig heads, the Z-Man Graph Shads are exactly that. You can see they've got the jig head already rigged on one, and then you get a second one here with it. This color is Electric Shad, and I got two of those. This one here is the 3/8 ounce, and this is the 1/4 ounce. Then I got a couple in the color they call Bad Shad, and a couple Tennessee Shad. Now what really intrigued me about these is this is a line through little swim bait. So that's gonna make the action slightly different, and also your hookups will probably be slightly better as well. And positioning or angling the bait in the water so that you can keep it horizontal, which is really important with this technique. Also, I think is gonna work great with this graph shad. It's also a Laztec, which means this sucker floats. For some conditions, you may want a bait that floats, and of course it's super tough, so these handful of packs here are probably gonna last me a really long time. The last of the soft plastics is the Duo BR Fish. If you wanna get technical, it's the Duo Bay Ruff BR Fish 4-inch. And the color here is Seguro Katakuchi. These also are a challenge to find in stock, and they come with their very specific head. And that's what this head looks like for this bait. I did not buy many of these at all. I bought literally 2 packs of heads and 1 pack of baits. I will be buying more baits if this thing really takes off. I really enjoy it. Okay, the rest of the unboxing is just jig heads, terminal tackle. May be boring for you, may be exciting, depending upon how much of a tackle nerd you are. So let me show you that. One of my favorite jig heads, and has been for a long time, is from Dirty Jigs. It's called the Guppy head. And I've been using Dirty Jigs for years and years. Just their regular jigs are fantastic. High quality, great paint jobs. I absolutely love them. And their swim bait heads are the same. They're really, really good. So what I did is I kind of restocked on these in different sizes, but I used the same exact color for all of it, which is the gizzard shad color. I got a couple of 1/8 ounce, a couple of 3/16 ounce, a couple of quarters, and some 3/8. I can cover every water column. And I sometimes need to even go a little heavier than 3/8 because this lake that I live on, Beaver Lake, which is very similar to Table Rock Lake, it's in the same chain, is very deep, well over 100 feet in places. So you never know how deep you're gonna have to go, and or shallow. So you gotta have a variety. All right, then I just have a handful of other jig heads that I just wanna try out and see how they do. Some are made for the bigger baits and some for the smaller. One is just the tungsten Strolling jig heads from Queen's Tackle. I just got 1 pack of those. That's 1/4 ounce. And you can see that's kind of like a lead head looking color, although they're tungsten. These Owner Ultra heads are really great for all kinds of techniques. This, they say 8 grams, which I can't remember in real terms what size that is. 10 grams, 12 grams. But I've used Owner jig heads for years and years, especially for shaky head fishing. I just love the Owner shaky head jig heads, as well as their hooks in general. These, I think, Matt Allen were talking about, and so I wanted to give these a try. Then I just got 1 pack of the Horizon head. This is a Gamakatsu hook, 3/0 5/32 ounce. And then the Owner Range Roller, of course, is a very popular jig head for this technique. This is the 3/32 ounce with a 1/0 hook. This is the 1/8 ounce with a 3/0 hook, and 3/16 ounce with a 3/0 hook. Okay, that kind of wraps it up. That's all of my haul for the mid-strolling, hover rigging, the Mickey rigging, whatever you want to call it, technique. And of course, I also got my free Tackle Warehouse t-shirt, which is never free. You got to spend a lot of money to get one of these free. Just keep that in mind. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this and it was fun. Thanks for watching. This is Mr. Bass saying happy fishing.